Oyez, oyez, oyez. Silence is commanded by this honorable commission. All those having business, draw near.
Thank you. Good morning, and you may be seated at this time. As you're being seated, you heard the deputy say that silence is commanded, so I ask you to check your electronic devices. Okay? Make sure they don't go off, including commissioners. Make sure your device don't go off while we're in the midst of carrying out the business here. Um, I've asked you to be seated at this time as we get ready for our inspiration and our invocation. And today we have with us Pastor Ricky Temple, the senior pastor of Overcoming by Faith, and has faithfully led the congregation since 1981. Pastor Rick and I have been among many things. Throughout his career, spanning over 4 decades, he has impact lives, not only just countywide, but worldwide, right? And he does that on radio, on TV, podcasts, and in person, traveling over the country as he performs his duties. And so we're so glad to have you, Pastor Rick, to be with us today and to give us your inspiration. And we ask now, when you get ready for prayer, that you give us opportunity to stand, and then following the prayer, Commissioner Noah will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, all right? Pastor Rick, the mic is yours, and glad to have you. Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you for being here today. I like to say I'm honored to stand in front of you today. It's my first time doing it this way. But I want to say I am thrilled. One of the things I love to do when I see people who serve our community, especially military, it's a term we always say, thank you for your service. And, I realize that many times those of you who serve, those of you in the community who give, are often giving, and people don't have a clue how much you give, how much it costs, how much time is involved. And so I have a term for you folks. I call you the design the road people. We walk on the roads, but you design them. So when you walk around town, you see things differently than we do. You understand the cost, the expense, the emotional stress, the divisions you have to overcome, the opinions you have to overcome, and you have to smile and pretend you're all okay, and sometimes you're not okay, but you're trying to be. And very seldom does anybody say thank you for your service. But I really believe that one of the great dangers you face in your service is something that I studied in my doctoral work is called burnout. After you give so much and you serve so long, you find yourself fighting 3 things, and there are 3 things that describe burnout. One is fatigue, exhaustion. You just wake up and you're just trying to push through, but you're really, really tired. And it's not just tired of people, you're just emotionally drained. And it's one of the first signs that trouble is on the way. And so for those who design the roads, they have to be careful. And those who, of course, walk on the roads, but especially, in my opinion, those who design it. The second challenge that they face is something called isolation, where you're just alone. You feel as if in this moment, in this circumstance, in this challenge, I feel like nobody is standing for what I'm standing for. And you try to find partnerships, you try to find people in the community that can join with you, but it's very painful emotionally sometimes to feel alone. But the third thing is really amazing. The third thing is a sense of failure. After working so hard, giving so much, here I am again, starting over again. Did I not talk about this? Did I not say that? Did we not agree? Now we're disagreeing, and we're fighting over things we shouldn't fight over, and you feel like you're in this loop of failure. It's when you combine all 3 of those, Christina Maslik says, that's burnout. And so the question you want to ask yourself is, am I tired? And if I am tired, what do I do about it? Well, here's what you do. Take a break. Find a way in the midst of it all to take a break from the stress and the pressures and the family and the kids and all the things you have to deal with. And the second thing you can do is not be isolated. Reach out for someone in your world or beyond your world that can help you not feel so alone. Because it's when you get to that third place and you feel like you have failed, and you live in that loop of failure, and you live in that loop of distress, that you are not as good a servant as you could be. Your service is important. What you do is valuable, and how you help us is important. But I want to say, sorry that some of us will never, ever, ever show you our best side. I'm sorry that you meet us sometimes in here and you talk about issues that will not make everybody happy, and you must fight your way through your own emotional distress and pain. But I want to say thank you for your service. Thank you for the effort you pressed through. Thank you for the hours you put in that nobody knows and we don't pay you for. Can we throw that in for free? And say, I really think you are the people that we chose to represent us. We chose you to serve us, and you chose to sacrifice and serve us. And so that is deeply appreciated. And I hope you leave here today saying somebody said thank you for your service, and somebody really showed that they cared. And I want to say it's my honor to have been in this town for over 45 years, 44 years as the pastor of a church that has done pretty well, and I'm honored that we get a chance to serve with you. So let me, if I can, lead us in a word of prayer, shall we? Let's all stand.
Maybe saying,
Lord, we come today thanking you for the honor of serving this community, making a difference in this place. Our job is to serve those. The greatest among us is to serve those who are the least among us, to provide housing, food, clothing, to provide support and care. Help us be people who really get it done right. Help these leaders get it done right. Help those who are represented here today be heard, and may they find peace and solutions. And we honor you today with this service. We thank you for the opportunity to serve, and we do all of this in your great name. Amen.
amen.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pastor, thank you for those words of wisdom.
Yeah, we want to thank you for coming in, for giving us those words of wisdom. And we can't pay you, but we want you to know how much we appreciate it. And believe it or not, I just look forward to the next time, because I love to hear. But I want you to come back up to the podium and face the clock, and turn your certificate around there. So, Mr. There you go. Will can. And we thank you again, all right? We thank you for your service. And I'm glad you aren't suffering from burnout.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for those words of wisdom.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Mr. Farrell.
I just want to say I appreciate you coming today, and when I do watch television, I look forward to your message that you put out there on the local stations, and tell your relative Andrew I said hello.
I will, sir.
He laid the brick on my house back in '94. It's a fine job. Every brick is still doing great.
I'll make sure I tell.
Anyone else? Anyone else?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Roll call.
Chester A. Ellis, Chairman.
Present.
Bobby Lockett, District 3, Vice Chairman.
Present.
Melinda Scott Hodge, District 2, Chairman Pro Tem.
Present.
Anthony Wayne Noah, District 1.
Here.
Patrick K. Farrell, District 4.
Here.
Tanya Milton, District 5.
Present.
Aaron Whiteley, District 6.
Here.
Dean Kicklighter, District 7. Marcia Buford, District 8.
Here.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
And this time, we're going to call on Commissioner Milton as we look to the introduction of our youth commissioners today.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to introduce to you, we have two young youth commissioners here today. We have Mr. Robert Federer, who is a junior at Benedictine Military School, and has got a good foot in the door. He loves history and plans to attend the Naval Academy, and then he's going to join the Marines. Now, he's got his plans all laid out, but we have Miss Sasha Gendelman. She's a sophomore, so she's still working on her plans. She's a sophomore at Savannah Arts Academy, but she does love writing, so I told her there's an entire world for her. So I just want to welcome you both here and allow you to just listen in, and if you have questions, please ask your questions so you can learn more. Thank you for being here.
thank you for being here. You're welcome. And we ask that you, anytime you want to get in the proceeding, a discussion of what's going on to know more, just raise your hand. And if I'm got my mind somewhere else, one of the commissioners will. Yeah, all right? So again, we say welcome. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to ask for board consideration to amend the agenda.
All right. You make that into a motion?
Sure. There's been a lot of discussion lately on.
And you got to make the motion
make the
first.
motion.
You can't discuss first. You got to make the
Well-
motion and second first before you get to the.
I'd like to make a motion to discuss items related to the relationship between Chatham County Commissioners and Chatham Area Transit Authority.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
Properly motion and second that we amend the agenda for Commissioner Farrow to talk about the relationship between the county and CAT. All right? Are there any discussion? All right, please cast your votes. Who am I waiting on? Okay, I got everybody?
Discuss.
All right, that fails. All right, let's move on to the proclamation and special presentation.
Wow.
Live Oak Public Library, an update, and the executive director is here.
Crazy. I can assure you this. I've never had to get anybody else. Anybody.
You got it going?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for giving us time to speak with you this morning. So you're all aware of the recent news about the Effingham locations of Live Oak Public Libraries. And while the past few months have been a distraction, it has also provided an opportunity to reflect on our mission and values and to stand firmly on those principles developed during our strategic planning process about this time last year. You've received a brief timeline that we prepared outlining how we arrived at this point, but this morning I'm going to take my time to share what comes next and where Live Oak Public Libraries is headed now that a decision has been made. Ultimately, this outcome positions us for a positive future, continuing to serve the Chatham County community with excellence. With the decision in place, here's what comes next in the separation process. The separation agreement is being drafted by LOPL leadership with guidance from library legal representatives. The agreement will cover resources, materials, and then the return of the fund balance. Approximately 90% of the materials in the Effingham County locations will remain with the Live Oak Public Library's regional system after the separation. The current plan is to present the agreement at the advisory committee meeting on February 10th, which includes all the county managers from all three counties. On June 30th, 2026, the Effingham County's Rincon and Springfield branches will transition out of our system to the Statesboro Regional Library. Staff at these branches may choose to remain with LOPL, and we anticipate integrating these experienced team members into our existing cost structure. Their expertise and enthusiasm will strengthen our workforce and allow current staff to refocus on our strategic priorities and ensuring continued quality service for Chatham County community members. This slide shows Effingham County costs more than they contribute to the regional system. Our fiscal year 26 budget reflects the current financial contributions and service levels across the region. Effingham County currently accounts for just over 10% of funding, and with their departure, we anticipate a proportional reduction in state grant funding. To prepare for fiscal year 27, we are taking a conservative approach by reducing regional administrative costs by 15% and mirroring the expected state funding adjustment. These proactive measures ensure that Chatham County will not experience any disruption in services. Our planning prioritizes financial stability. As we turn the page toward 2026, our focus remains unwavering, advancing our mission and delivering on the priorities outlined in our strategic plan. One of the most visible ways we're doing that is through improvements to our library spaces. I'm excited to share that our Liberty County branches will restore normal operating hours beginning January 2nd, 2026. We've welcomed a new special collections manager to our Carnegie Library, and we're actively recruiting an archivist to strengthen that team. The Carnegie Library Heritage Center will host an invitation-only preview on January 21st from 6 to 7:30 with a ribbon cutting planned for February 20th during Black History Month. For the Oglethorpe Mall Library Replacement Project, we are nearing the end of the selection process for the architecture firm. The process has been led by Chatham County with LOPL leadership and board representation participating. We expect an announcement during the first quarter of 2026. The list of systems seeking state funding on the capital outlay list this year is very short, and so we are very optimistic about securing the $2 million needed for the support for the Pooler Library Replacement Project. Beyond our work on library spaces, we're advancing other key initiatives aligned with our strategic plan. Last month, we welcomed an experienced development manager who is creating a comprehensive plan to diversify revenue streams and reduce our reliance on public funds through grants and donations. Our Ready to Read centers remain a cornerstone of early literacy efforts as part of our multi-year, multidisciplinary Early Literacy Coalition. As founding members, we collaborate with United Way, CGIC, Savannah Tech, Savannah Chatham County Schools, and others to support families with children ages 0 to 5. We continue to strengthen community engagement through system-wide participation in Black History Month, the MLK Parade, the St. Patrick's Day Parade, as well as partnerships with Habitat for Humanity, Chatham Savannah Authority for the Homeless, and AARP's tax program. These efforts reflect our commitment to literacy outreach and meaningful collections across the community. Looking ahead, we are preparing for another record-breaking summer reading program starting on June 1st. For context, over 8,000 adults and children participated in summer reading programs during summer 2025. All of these efforts reflect our commitment to building stronger connections and creating opportunities that connect Chatham County's vision for education and quality of life. Thank you for your time this morning. Are there any
All
more
right.
questions?
Do any commissioner have any questions? All right, Commissioner Farrell.
With which entity initiated the withdrawal of Effingham? Was that a decision from?
The Effingham Commissioners passed a resolution in November to ask the Effingham County Board to consider separation.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Yeah. All right, Commissioner Milton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for the presentation and the explanation. But do you have plans on replacing those funds that'll be moving from Effingham?
We don't need to replace any funds. We won't lose any money from them. Yeah. We won't lose any money.
10%, huh? No
Yeah.
big deal, okay.
We won't lose any money.
Plus, the assets that they use but belong to Live Oak, they have to return those, right?
I beg your pardon?
Are there any assets that they have to return back to your?
Yeah, so the 90% of the items that are in those locations are coming back to Live
Oh,
Oak. So
okay.
we'll disperse them between Chatham locations and Liberty County locations.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, because someone asked me, since y'all gonna separate it, they're gonna allow them to keep the things that you all have put in there, and I didn't think so.
No,
But
sir.
I just want to make sure that the answer get out, because I told them to listen in today, if they wanted to know directly from those who know, all right?
No.
All right, anyone else?
What I discussed with County Manager Kegler was we can give them the option to purchase those items if they would like to, but we're not going to just gift them
Give them
those
to them,
items.
okay.
Yes, sir.
all right. Question.
And so what about the building? And I may have missed it in your
So
presentation.
we don't own those buildings. Those
Okay.
buildings were always owned by, the Rincon building is owned by the city of Rincon, and the Springfield building is owned by Effingham County.
Okay, thank you.
All right, now Commissioner Lockett.
Thank you, sir. From all indications, what I hear, we'll actually be saving as a result of that leaving the organization?
It essentially is kind of going to be a wash.
It'll be a
Yeah.
wash, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
that's the savings.
Yeah.
All right,
And
anyone
we'll,
else?
we also will not have to go out there anymore.
That's the savings.
What about the garden? The stuff that we've gotten from grants?
And then there are things that the regional team did and paid for, like our community gardens, like that is moving over to Garden City. And the Ready to Read Center that is in, no, I'm sorry, the garden is actually going to Hinesville. But the Ready to Read Center is coming over to Garden City,
Oh, okay.
so. And all the decodable books that are in the system are going to be dispersed throughout Liberty and Chatham County.
Okay. You got everyone? Thank you, ma'am. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah.
It says the threat to defund was due to a completely liberal agenda. Could you give any more details on that?
That was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. That wasn't this year.
Okay.
Yeah, that was when the advisory agreement was being updated. The commissioners were threatening to defund the library, and that was the reason. But that didn't pass.
All right. Get you?
So did somebody overdose on books?
What,
I mean, because I'm curious, like, what could be so dangerous about a library?
this is a nationwide issue right now, so.
Well, I haven't
it's,
seen anybody overdose on books, nor have I seen a book shoot up a school. So
Well,
access to books is important.
we just recently screened a movie called The Librarians, and we'll be doing it again during National Library Week. So I invite you to keep your eyes out for that screening, because you will get a good picture of what has been going on nationwide as far as the censorship battle that library workers have been dealing with on a grand scale and on a smaller scale. So I invite you to keep your eye out for that.
Thank you.
All right.
I actually saw that movie during the SCAD Film Festival.
Okay.
All right.
Very interesting.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Robert?
It says here that on October 7th, all the Effingham County Commissioners voted unanimously to remove the County Library Board Chair. Could you please explain why?
No, I can't explain why. That we don't know why.
And
Yes, so,
I think what would help him, I apologize for cutting you off. I think what would help you understand, the library board and those who work for the library board, the staff, were not a part of the conversation. The conversation was going on between the Board of Commissioners and
and the Board of Commissioners.
the board.
So they,
Yeah, and the library board from Effingham. Is not the library, what do they call them?
no, so the Board of the County Commissioners for Effingham decided that they wanted to have the board chair removed from the Effingham Library Board.
Right.
That's what happened.
See.
It didn't have anything to do
Do
with
with the
actually the library
yeah.
board at all. They just decided that they wanted that person removed.
All that was internal stuff.
Yes.
What I mean by internal stuff, that was
Yes.
between the agencies
Yes.
and the administration in Effingham County.
Yes,
Okay? And the fallout from that is that they're separating from the Live Oak
yes,
library family,
yes.
right?
Two
But, you know,
separate entities.
But ultimately,
Yeah.
it is going to be a good thing for Chatham County, and that's what we're here to say. And it's not gonna have any negative impact on Chatham County, on Live Oak Public Libraries, financially, service-wise.
Yeah.
It will be a good thing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you.
All right. We don't have any chairman's items, we don't have any commissioner items. There's an item that was tabled, all right? Let me have a motion to, do we have to do it or just don't bother? I know we're gonna keep it on the table, but I don't have to, okay, all right, it's gonna stay on the table, all right? So then we go to items for individual action. To request board approval of the following budget amendments and transfers, fiscal year 2025 in the inmate welfare fund increase revenues and expenditures, $1 million. 2, in the general fund, special service district, special revenue, internal service, capital improvement and enterprise fund, approve final resolution as shown on attachment 1, 2, and 3. Fiscal year 2026, in the general fund, transfer $35,000 from juvenile court salaries to professional services. 2, in the state and local fiscal recovery fund, carry forth unexpected balance from fiscal year 2025 as shown in Amendment 4. 3, in the multi-grant fund, carry forth unexpected balance from fiscal year 2025 as shown in Attachment 4. 4, in the storm disaster fund, carry forth unexpected balance from 2025 as shown in Attachment 4. Is there a motion? Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve the items as stated.
Second.
Properly motion and second that the request for approval be granted. Are you ready for the question? Any questions? Please cast your votes. All right. Request board approval to cancel, rescind, repeal, and terminate the limited tax verification of abatement agreement, the First Amendment and Second Amendment as a result of International Paper Company IP decision to close and cease operating of its industry facilities and layoff of employees within Chatham County. This will be the cancellation of the previous resolution and ordinance allowing such taxable abatement benefit. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Properly motion and second that we request a cancellation. Are you ready for the question? Please cast your votes. Okay, thank you. Request board approval of fiscal year 2026-2027 budget adoption and the millage leverage adoption calendar. Is there a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Properly motion and second that we adopt. Are you ready for the question? Any unreadiness? Hearing none, seeing none, please cast your votes. All right, thank you. The action calendar, we didn't have anyone who wanted to pull anything off, so may I have a motion to accept the action calendar in its entirety?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
We, as we discussed in pre-meeting, we want to pull item number 4 and have Chief Hadley come and give the board an update on that grant before we approve the action calendar.
All right, so let's approve the action calendar with all except for number 4.
I'll make a motion to approve the action calendar with all the items with the exception of item number 4.
Yes, sir. Properly motion and second that we receive the action calendar with all except for number 4. Are you ready for the question? Please cast your votes. All right. Now, request approval of a memorandum of understanding with Savannah Chatham Public School System for implementation of the COPS grant. All right.
I'll ask Chief Hadley to come to the podium, and he's going to give you an update and explain the grant and our working with the public school system police force. So Chief Hadley.
All right. Chief Hadley.
Thank you, sir. Relative to the MOU on the agenda today, this contends with a grant that we received through the community-oriented policing services through the federal government to enhance school security. We work very closely with Savannah Chatham Public Schools, not only as a county as a whole, but particularly the Chatham County Police Department, to do whatever we can to facilitate a safer school environment for our students. Specifically to this grant, we were awarded, I believe, $193,000. There was a partial match that will be coming from the school board to cover that match, so there's no county funds that will be utilized in the acceptance of this grant. And it is our understanding that this monies will be used to enhance school access technology, badge access and whatnot. That technology constantly changes, and it can can become outdated very quickly. So this is just one grant of several others that we've actually applied for and are waiting for the awards to come through. But again, it's our commitment to Savannah Chatham Public Schools as a county, and specifically the Chatham County Police Department, to enhance school security in a variety of ways.
All right, let me open up for questions from any commissioner about that. I want to make sure you understand what they were doing and what the grant is for. We have the grant already, we have accepted the grant, and so therefore they will go and do all the paperwork.
Yes, sir.
That goes
Yes, sir.
along with it with the school board, all right? So let me have a motion to approve, I'm sorry.
So moved.
All right. Properly motion is second that we accept the grant and we accept the MOU, the partnership between the school system, the memorandum of understanding, let me get it straight, with the school system and the police department. Ready for questions? Please cast your votes. All right, thank you. Thank you, Chief.
Thanks, sir.
All right, we don't have any first readers, we don't have any second readers, so therefore, Mr. Manager, we go to you for information.
That's all we have today, Mr. Chairman.
All right, okay, go.
Yeah, I'd like to share some information with the public and the board.
Go.
Thank you. I would like to talk about some of the confusion that's going on
Oh, let me stop you.
between the Chatham area.
Let me stop you.
Transportation and.
Commissioner, stop. All right?
Why do I need to stop?
You need to stop because you tried to get that through an amendment to the agenda to discuss that. Your fellow commissioners did not agree with you discussing that, so therefore what you're doing now is out of order. All right, so I'm gonna have to declare it out of order and rescind what we want to do. But what I want to do
So
now.
what I want to do is make a statement.
No,
And you're-
sir.
And you're silencing a
No,
fellow
sir.
commissioner to make a statement?
No,
We're not
sir.
going to have any discussion. I understand that the commissioners in the
No,
majority
listen.
do not want to
Now,
discuss this.
You're not gonna bait me into that back and forth. You cannot
I'm not
discuss it.
baiting you. I
You
am
cannot
wanting
discuss
to
it
use
because
the
your fellow
public forum
commissioner said no.
to speak about an issue that's important to the public.
Well, tell it to the cameras.
I'm telling them
Because-
right now.
No, you're not telling them now. I'm telling you out of order. And stop with the debating and the back and forth. You are out of order because you wanted it on the agenda. Your commissioners, fellow commissioners voted no. So therefore,
So
it
that-
cannot come in.
This is not an agenda item. This is an information item.
No, sir. No,
That's
sir.
the part of the.
Excuse me.
That's the part
Point of order,
the-
Mr. Chairman.
Point of order is that we move on.
As per Robert's Rules of Order, I do believe, as the chairman has noted you, Commissioner, as out of order, with the exception of making an attempt to appeal the body. If he rules you out of order based on Robert's Rules of Order, you have to stop.
You have to stop. And let's go. Now,
Well,
Mr.
I'd
Manager,
like to hear
let
from
me do this.
the county attorney,
Let
because
me
he's
have-
the
Mr. Manager,
parliamentarian,
Let me have.
to make a ruling.
Let me have Ms. Jennings come up, all right? I want to inform the public about the grant that we received late on yesterday, about our relationship and our work with Greenbrier.
Per Robert's Rules of Order, I'd like to hear from the county attorney to make a ruling as to whether it is appropriate for a elected county commissioner to make a statement under information items or not.
Well, your rules, your enabling act says you bring up the motion. You
It's
say
not a
what-
motion. This is a
understand.
statement I'd like to make.
See, he want to argue with the attorney now. You gotta stop. Stop.
May I not have a conversation with the county attorney,
Can I
who's an
com-
employee of the commission?
Can I complete my statement?
I would like you to.
Under our system, the way we handle these things, if you want something to be added to the agenda, you make a motion to add and you state the subject matter of what you plan to add. You don't have to go into super duper detail, but it has to be enough for everybody to know what the discussion is going to be about. And you need to stay on the discussion if you win the motion. You need a second. And then you can take a vote on whether to discuss it or not to discuss it. And if you vote not to discuss it, then you do not discuss it at this meeting, okay? And that's pretty much what happened here. There's nothing to prevent a member of this commission, should they choose to, as soon as this meeting is over, to ask to speak to the press and talk to them for as long as they wish to talk. And that's their right. They're totally free to do that. So, you know, since you have ruled that you don't want to talk about this today, then I think you need to move on to the next item on your agenda.
All right,
So
now,
there's
you've got the
nothing-
ruling from the attorney.
There's nothing to be voted on. Under information items, I would like to share some information as a commissioner, duly elected, to the public. And you're telling me that I cannot speak from this seat that I was elected to represent, to relay some information under this item, simply because an item passed or didn't pass an agenda item earlier in the meeting? Is this?
Correct. If it's about that subject matter, yes. Now, if you want to be recognized for a point of information, you can ask for that. And you can make it up on whatever the point of information you want to make. Typically, that's usually handled when you amend the agenda.
So you're out of order, as I said before. Come on, Mr. Manager, let's move on with the agenda.
So the statement I would
Point
like
of
to
order.
make is that I'm very disappointed
Point of
that
order. Commissioner Farrell, I just
a
request you make
commissioner-
this
Stop doing that.
make it to
not
the press
allowed
after
to
the meeting.
speak in a
This seat-
commission meeting.
That
Thank
seat
you.
you're sitting in is not a campaign seat. Stop campaigning in here.
I
Let's
just-
go on with the business of the counties.
What are you campaigning for?
I'm campaigning to go home and get in the big chair. Come
It's a
on,
good place for you to be.
wait till January 30th,
Good morning.
2028, then I'll be there. Come on, Miss Jennings.
Good morning.
morning.
So just a brief note, staff will be preparing documentation in regards to a grant that we have received from the Southeast Crescent Regional Commission to make modifications at 3709 Hopkins Street, which is also known as Greenbrier Children's Center. This is something that the board is well aware of. The Greenbrier property was deeded over to the county earlier this year with the intent and a focus of creating quality childcare space for our community. Because of the federal shutdown and because this is federal funds and there's a really short timeline, the chairman did go ahead and accept that yesterday, but we'll be bringing all the paperwork back to you with an amendment to the MOU that clearly defines the match funds that Greenbrier has agreed to. It is acceptance of the grant, and then some other matters that are required within that grant acceptance. So again, that will be coming up at the next meeting, but just wanted you all to know, because Southeast Crescent has also already made a public announcement about the grant, we didn't want you to not have that awareness of the award.
Right. I didn't want it to show up in the papers, and then you said, well, why did we notice before the news knew it, before it showed up on the, so just make sure for information purpose. Now, staff will go together and put together all the paperwork, okay? Because we have the grant, and again, the grant is $480,500 that will be working with Greenbrier, who has the matching funds, all right, to do the work that we have agreed with Greenbrier on. So there is a need for us to have executive sessions, so may I have a motion to recess to the executive session? For personnel.
And litigation.
And litigation, okay. Motion?
Second.
So move, second. Probably moving second that we recess into executive session. Are you ready for the question? Please cast your votes. All right, we'll recess.